My name's Wendy Renewski, and I'm so honored that everyone is here today, especially you for the first time. We are an interfaith community, of course honoring all faiths here, and this summer is a very cool one because we've had people from the community who have gifts and have been sharing their gifts all summer long. Our Reverend Chris Guerrero will be back from sabbatical on Sunday, September 8th. So please come on back and meet her. And but today we have a special friend in the audience, one of our members of our community, Lynette Turner, who is a positivologist and who will be giving the service today. She's also the author of The 10 B's of Positivity, 10 Steps to a More Positive Way of Living. So we will welcome up Lynette in just a bit, but right now, if I can welcome up the archangels, please, for a song.
And I just want to say that we're singing a song today that was written by Lynette.
Oh,
Songs too.
I'm putting on my shoes. Put your shoes on there. I am who I am. I am me. 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 Just be.
So, echoing Wendy, I just want to welcome everyone and thank you so much for being here. I think I recognize everybody. So I'm a little nervous to say, and excited too to be able to share a message with you. I think most of you know I'm in divinity school at One Spirit Learning Alliance, which is in New York, and I graduated from year one in May, and then in another year I'll graduate from the program. And when we had our graduation ceremony, Diane Burke, who founded One Spirit, had each of us come out here individually, and then she placed these stoles around our neck, and we were like little kids in a cage. Oh my gosh, we have stoles, and so I call it my baby stole. So I have my baby stole, and then next year when I graduate, I'll get my adult stole, and so we're encouraged to wear our stoles when we are being of service, and so hopefully the message today will be of service. So I'm happy and honored to be able to lead us today.
Mother, Father, God, all the positive gods and goddesses that be, angels and archangels, honoring how each of us connects with Source. We thank you for bringing us together this day in this space of Ark Sacred Center. Let us now hold in our hearts healing energy for those in need. At this time, please say the name of those you wish to send healing, while visualizing a wave of purple and white light surrounding, soothing, and lovingly embracing and healing. Let us now say their names aloud or speak them in your heart if you wish. And let us also include our dear member and friend, Pat Durner, who many of you know is experiencing some severe abdominal issues and may have to have surgery. So let's please include her in our circle. And now, please say your names aloud for healing. Let us also hold in our hearts all of those who believe they have no one to send them healing. For we send healing to all children, to all women, to all men, all animals, and to Mother Earth. And together we say, Amen. So let's stay standing a few minutes and let's turn and say hi to your neighbor. Give them a hi.
Sorry.
Hello.
Glad you showed up just in time for
Okay, that was fun. I like when we do that. So I want to thank the Archangels for singing that I Am song, which I wrote, some time ago, as I was exploring who I was, who I am, and I find it to be an ongoing exploration, which can sort of change from day to day or week to week. I see people nodding their heads affirmatively. So who am I? Who are you? And who are we when we are being our most authentic and true selves? The most powerful relationship you will ever have is the relationship you have with yourself. And Dr. Steve Marbola, who's a motivational speaker, a really wonderful speaker, said that. Something for us to keep in mind. And to really keep thinking about that, cultivating mindfulness and really being in the moment. So, this theme of mindfulness I found has really sort of been linked through the summer. Those of you that have been coming through the summer. It's been mentioned in many messages. I think for sure in Maria's when she spoke, Carol's, I think in everybody's. So it's this reoccurring theme, and so I'm enthusiastic to have the opportunity to keep that in mind and to talk to you about the power of authenticity. So what is the definition of authenticity, of being authentic? Genuine, true, real, original, worthy of trust, not false or copied. So in thinking about what message I wanted to share today, I knew no doubt it would be a topic that I myself am exploring in my life. It'd be kind of too easy to do something I already have figured out, right? But let's be vulnerable and true about what I'm also dealing with in my life. And so I've been thinking about this topic quite a lot recently. So authenticity, I shared the dictionary description, but what does authenticity look like to you? What does it feel like on a personal level? And give that some thought. We're going to revisit that in just a little while. When we are being authentic, and you can think about times when you have been authentic, doesn't that feel good? It feels really good when we're being connected to who we truly are. When we are being real in our relationships, not acting in a way that others want us to be, but being who we are, speaking our truth, wearing the kind of clothes you want to wear. You want to wear bright red and polka dots and a straw hat to do that. Working in a job that truly allows you to shine and share your talents to the fullest. You may have other areas that could do with an authenticity boost. And are you authentic when it comes to taking care of yourself? Are you fully and deeply caring for your physical body? Hard one. As I look at the exercise bike and talk myself out of getting on it. Are we emotionally in balance? It can be challenging to be authentic in all these various areas. Are we nurturing our spirit? Very important to take the time to do that. So we have all these various areas of our life to focus on. But it's so rewarding when we do. Even if you think in your life, even in bits and pieces, the times where you were nurturing yourself spiritually, and that felt real and authentic. When you were being who you really are instead of what someone else wants you to be. When you are taking care of your physical body. It's so rewarding and it feels so right and so good when we do that. So in order for us to live authentic lives, we need to believe that we are worthy of doing so. We need to love ourselves, self-love, because when doing so, we are able to embrace who we really are. It's hard to love your life or other people if we can't love ourselves. And that can be a difficult thing to do, to love ourselves. When I work with people, I have an exercise about loving yourself, and I'll say, do you love yourself? And sometimes people say yes, and sometimes they'll say no. And I have this exercise where I have them go and look in the mirror and say, I love you, to yourself in the mirror. You know, I love you, Cindy. I love you, Carol. I love you, Maria. To just really look. And sometimes people are like, they can't look their own selves in the eye. But you do it enough, even if you don't believe it at the beginning, you do it enough, you will believe it. You connect to who you truly are, who you truly authentically are. And then it sort of has a ripple effect in the rest of your life. So sometimes being who you are, being authentic, means going against the grain. As I suspect do some of you, I have had plenty of practice doing just that. When I was younger, although I took dance classes from an early age and also performed in a lot of plays growing up, my parents assumed when I went away to college, I would get a degree in something I could actually get a job in. Like business or something. But, dance and theater weren't on sort of the list in my parents saying, oh, okay, she'll do a little dancing, and now she's going to go be an engineer. But I had no choice. I was following the call of my authentic heart's desire. And I've been fortunate to work in the arts almost all of my life. And our authentic calling, it may change over time as we grow and change our priorities and our point of view about life. And this is the case in point as I struggle with my day job versus the passion I feel when I am sharing the power of positivity. When I'm sharing angel messages with someone or helping them analyze their dream or doing positivity coaching. It's when I feel the most alive and when I'm being truly my most authentic. So where do we find the courage to take the steps needed to live our most authentic life? Check in with your heart. Our heart talks to us and lets us know when we are living our heart's desire. We can feel it physically when we're doing and being who we truly are. When we're not, for me it often goes here. Oh, I feel it in the pit of my stomach versus like here in my heart when I'm really being true to who I am. You yourself, as much as anybody else in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Buddha said that. You yourself, as much as anybody else in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. And when you're embracing your love and affection, you're charged up and ready to be who you truly are. And when we have our love and affection, we are more liable to walk in the shoes of authenticity. So what does being authentic mean? It means not apologizing for who you are. Many of us spend time doing that. It means embracing who you are and appreciating that if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. Lesson learned, get up, move on. None of us are perfect. Are you living your true self, or are you living your who other people want you to be self? So if I were to ask you, who are you? What would you say? Would you say I'm a teacher, or a doctor, or a banker, or a mom? Sometimes the answer is about how you spend your time and not really about who you are. The essence of who you are expands beyond what you do. That authentic part of you isn't defined by what you do for work, though there's nothing wrong with loving your job and appreciating what you do, but there is more to you than how you function. Your authentic self is a symphony of notes that crescends and ebbs and flows. It's moving at a tempo that works for you, specifically for you. It's living a life that encompasses your passions and skills, using your skills and capabilities in a way that energizes you. Your life feels whole and complete when you live like this. So I'd like you to take a moment and think about when you feel the most authentic. What does that look like for you? So you each have, did everyone get a postcard when you walked in? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you want to pick up your postcard and your pen and flip over to the side that says, I am most authentic when I. Take a moment to reflect about that and then write it down. It can just be one thing. Take a moment to think about that. I am most authentic when I. And then take a moment and close your eyes and imagine yourself doing whatever it is whatever you wrote or being or feeling the essence of what you just wrote down on that piece of paper. Wouldn't it be good to live there all the time? Okay. Back to the room. What I liked is I saw a lot of this. Closed eyes and nice big smiles. Is anybody interested in sharing what their authentic piece of time looks like? Yes, please.
When I'm doing what I love, whatever my passion is,
Mm.
I feel authentic.
Authentic place. Anybody else? Yes.
When I express myself through creating delicious and healthful food for others particularly, it's the sharing, but it's also artistic, and it's also just the love that you put into it. And you can see when people eat the food, how they, they just feel, they're sustained, but they also are eating the vibration of the good food and also the love that you put into it. So that makes me feel fulfilled.
I just put one word, sing. I feel most authentic when it's either in my office or sometimes with Archangel. And you don't get too high. Singing, just because I'm singing what has popped into my head and what I feel authentically at that point. You never sing something you don't want to sing unless it's Miss Frankel's 4th grade chorus.
Right. Good. Anybody else?
I feel most authentic when I'm exploring, especially with others. And healing is, the exploration I love, but just exploring anything.
Right. So that's great, and we can see how unique the responses were, but how each thing that everyone said you could relate to it. I could relate to all of these things. So trying to be and stay in that space as much as possible. So I try, but living a life of authenticity, it's not always easy, right? And I'm inconsistent. But on a good day, we can strive, right, to be honest about what's working and not working in our lives. We can make those changes towards authenticity. We can be good listeners and open-minded and open-hearted. We can be forgiving and loving, patient. All these feel like ingredients for authenticity. And we can be present, living in the moment. That's so important and can be so challenging. I woke up this morning thinking about being here today with all of you and how excited, and then a work project popped into my head. Right? You know what? I really have to get this done by this day because it has to be mailed by this day, and I have to, And then my guides, my little angels said, you know what? Let that go. Let that go. Just be right here, right now, present. And so I did. And as I was talking to my office mate, Carol, it'll come back, and we have to deal with it eventually. But for now, I get to live authentically and be right here, right now. And being positive. Of course, as a positivologist, I'm always talking about how amazing and important that can be, but I think that can also help connect us to our authenticity. So, take a deep breath. Just take in what we just talked about. Take that time to connect to spirit. And the other thing that's amazing about authenticity, I can come back and open our eyes, is when we take time to be authentic, we feel a lot of joy and happiness. We experience a lot of fun. Life is supposed to be fun, just like a reminder, you know? Because sometimes we get so tied up with everything we don't have fun. Amidst the challenges that we deal with on the earth plane, I truly believe in the powers that be want us to embrace life and have a joyful experience. Even if every moment isn't easy. We all have stuff happening in our life that can drain us if we let it, and sometimes cause us to question our very existence. What am I doing here? Why am I here? That's human. But as humans, we have more power than we realize. The power over what we think and how we act. For me, one of the best ways to tap into my authenticity is to remember why I'm here. What is my purpose? We all have a purpose, a meaning for being. Our meaning for being, not someone else's, ours. So I'm going to ask a question. How many people here have a mission statement for your life? Anybody? You know, businesses have them, right? Corporations have them, but not a lot of individuals have them. So some time ago, I wrote one for myself. I tweak it over time, but it's remained pretty consistent. And it reminds me of what authenticity looks like to me. And so I'm going to share it with you. My mission statement. My mission is to see the light in every day. To be of service to others, setting an example of living a positive life. To spend quality time with family and friends. To live a life of integrity and adventure. To be unconditional in thought and in deed. To find grace and gratitude in every day. And always do my best. To follow my bliss. So I encourage you to think about your mission in life. And write it down. Let it help remind you of why you're here and what authenticity looks like for you. So we have our, as I mentioned, our real self and what I call our other self. And when we are being our other self, the person other people want or expect us to be, we don't feel as whole. It's as if something is missing. And frankly, sometimes it can be easier to play the roles other people expect of us, family, friends, co-workers, than to be truly who we are. But playing these roles is actually exhausting. It's exhausting not to be who we are. And we live in a culture where it's more expected that you act in the proper manner than it is to be authentic. So what do? How do we step out of the cloud of fear? Because it's fear, right? That's what's holding us back. That's what holds me back. That persistent fear. And it keeps showing up again and again in our life like an unwanted person at a party. But this party is our life, and we get to decide who comes in the door. We can choose to invite the energies and the people and the lifestyle and the thoughts that work for us and that rise our vibration. We want a high, positive vibration. So I found some wonderful sharings on the internet, and I want to share a few of them with you. The first is Living with Authenticity. My Shoes, My Story by Renee Charles. Being authentic can be scary. But the good news is we can all learn to start to reap the rewards of living a more authentic life. So what does authenticity look like? What does it mean to you? And the magical question, how can you increase your authenticity, which isn't as easy as it sounds? So here are a few strategies for living authentically. Authenticity starts when we connect with ourselves, with what we can have in ourselves that is a true connection with anyone else. What can you do today, this very day, to connect with your own spirit on a deeper level? All of us are born with certain gifts and talents. These are clues to what we are authentically to do with our lives. We get so caught up in money and lifestyle with finding fulfillment in external things that we lose track of our inner gifts and our inner talents. We all have them. We can't create our own authenticity when we get caught up in things outside of ourselves. What is your greatest gift or talent? Think about that for a moment. You all have it. Is it listening? Is it writing? Is it mentoring? What is it? When we integrate our intuitive nature, our value system, our inspiration, when we integrate an abundant mindset that allows us to create what we need in our world, When we integrate our gifts and our talents, then our personality and our habits are all to our benefit. That integration transforms our authenticity to work with us, not against us. How can you integrate more of your intuitive nature? And we were born nakedly authentic. We were born that way. From there forward, life can sometimes take us farther away from our authentic selves. Rediscovering our authenticity is like finding a buried treasure. What treasure is inside you? What have you been ignoring? What can you let bubble to the surface and then share with the world, with the universe? So the second posting is called Messages from Angels, Authentically You. And this is from Kim Vasquez. Are you brave enough to be yourself no matter what others think? Another good question. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. For many of us, it's a tall order. If you'd like to begin doing so, if your heart is willing, but you're a little nervous, call upon divine assistance. You need only wish to pull the energy of courage into this realm. Mentally reach out and grab it. Now more than ever, it's encouraged that a deep focus be placed upon the development of our authentic selves. I transcribed the message below and was told to share it. It's for those who come across it and choose to read it. As always, the message is for your consideration. You are an incredibly special individual. So this is her message from the angels. We are independent expressions of energy, although parts of the whole. You have the blessed choice of figuring out what you stand for and what you believe in, and then finding others who harmonize with your vibration. How do you develop your individuality? You get quiet enough to ask yourself, who am I? What do I stand for? Hint, you are not your job or what you own. Then start by defining yourself for yourself. Every time someone tells you who you are or how you should be, you don't have to accept it. You don't have to blend into who they think you are. You can honor your own truth. Observe yourself closely. There are subtle ripples that move within you, and when you are being less than who you truly are meant to be, it makes life a lot harder. And if you allow these other people to lead you, it won't be the path that you're meant to be on. If you allowed your guides to come forward and help you, they'll teach you about yourself. When you're playing yourself down or not really being who you are, they can help get you back on the right path. When you make that path, follow that path and take that choice, you feel so much better later. So you don't have to be one with the masses, and it is possible to be autonomous without being abrasive to your fellow humans. It's possible to be true to you without dismissing others. When faced with someone's opinion, pause and allow your Creator to guide you by asking, does this apply to me? Your internal guidance system will let you know. If it doesn't apply, you're free to let it go. Peace and love can. And that's so important because I know for me, depending on the environment I am in, it really can shift my energy and how I act. I do act one way at my day job. I do act another way here. We act a different way with our family. In some ways are really authentic and some aren't. So our charge is to try to find a way to stay and play in that realm of authenticity, no matter where we are. That's the biggest challenge, you know, for me to go to work tomorrow and still be my authentic self, as I'm learning the lessons that have brought me to this day job. And finally, how to be authentic in a judgmental world. Oh, wouldn't it be great to wake up tomorrow and it wasn't judgmental? But it is judgmental. And even those of us who proclaim not to be judgmental, I talk that talk a lot. If we're really honest, we're all judgmental about something, or someone, or some situation. So, how to be authentic in a judgmental world? Love anyone, anything, and it grows. So share the energy of love. Authenticity is the key to true happiness, right? Be true to yourself. Be authentic. Be you. These true statements point towards happiness, but don't give you a map. Without guidance, most of us fall back on our teachings. And in most cultures, it's more important to behave appropriately than to behave authentically. In the short term, it's easier to go with the flow. Fit the mold, develop a thick skin, push away emotional intimacy, or live in your own little bubble. But eventually the facade starts to crumble and your world turns upside down. Most of us were taught if it's not broke, don't fix it. But it kind of is broke. So even if we say it's not broke. We live in a very judgmental world, and sometimes we're just as judgmental and hypocritical as the next guy. It's part of being a human being. You don't stop growing up at 20 years old, 30, 40, 50, or ever. I don't. I still feel like I'm 25 in my head, even though my body doesn't feel that way when I, try to do those sit-ups. Right? But we're always growing up and polishing the mirror, as Rumi would say. You're always learning about authenticity and compassion. It's a never-ending process. So, I think that as we have an awareness of coming into our own, owning our power, we are what I call coming of age. We are truly walking the walk, visualizing and living lives we want to live, manifesting reality as we want to experience it. And we are enjoying life. We are having fun. Life is supposed to be fun and abundant. We are meant to laugh and have joy and not be so serious. The powers that be want us to lighten up and enjoy the journey. And as I was driving in, and I said, is there a particular message that I should share with the group today? And my guide said, yeah, lighten up and enjoy the journey. So now we're going to listen to a guided meditation. So get comfortable, relax your body, breathe, close your eyes, and enjoy the experience of coming of age.
Coming of age, the gift of light for mindfulness, calm, quiet, living in the moment, anticipation but not expectation, for adventure daily, amazing exploration while sleeping, the magical world of dreams, travel with abundance, dance with the rainbow, for the strength of honesty and the breadth of insight. What a jewel life is. And you are coming of age. The ultimate is love. Erase fear. Put ego to bed. Kiss the palm of your hand and place it on your heart. You are loved. Know that harmony is achievable, that manifestation is relevant. Bless the children and be inspired by their innocence. Practice forgiveness, beginning with yourself. Caress the notion of being unconditional. Always, always, always. And you are coming of age. Delight nature with your whispers. Welcome new beginnings and give blessings for the past. For without it, you could not forge your future. Be guided by the divine, by the higher power, by the Almighty, whatever that essence of power is for you. Know that with light in your eyes, you will blossom daily like a beautiful, radiant flower. Surrender to the unknown. Expect the unexpected. Know that you do not walk the path alone. And you are coming of age. Look for the signs, for they are everywhere, in the pattern of the clouds, in the words of a stranger, in the music of the raindrops. Count your blessings multiple times, for the more grateful you are, the more freely the abundance flows. Accept who and what you are. Celebrate it every day. Know that you are of the utmost importance, and a vital part of this incredible universe. Believe in miracles, for you yourself are one. Know that you are beautiful, sacred, sensational. Pray and you will be answered. Trust and you will see results. State your intention and watch the glorious wonder unfold. Take time for solitude. Breathe. Breathe deep. Taste the sweet sound of precious quiet. Take a ride with your soul. Serenity is golden. Your guardian angels cherish you, love you, hold you dear, watch over you, believe in you with every fiber of their being. And you are coming of age. Savor your dreams and give thanks for the journeys they provide. Ride the ride, daydream, night dream, always dream. Dreams come true, dreams are divine. Play often and play loud. Play with children, play with the elderly. The powers of above applaud this joyfulness. Laugh out loud on a regular basis. Love, light, lingering, lift up the spirit of yours and the spirit of others. You are coming of age, light worker. Think peace, live love, glow the power, sing the praises, dance with the dolphins, become one with the sunset, and you are coming of age. With leisure, you are coming of age. With liberation, you are coming of age. With light, you are coming of age. With laughter, you are coming of age. With love, you are coming of age. For love is the ultimate foundation. With love, all is possible. Believe this as you are coming of age.
Bring ourselves back to the room. So that energy of coming of age and connecting to our authentic selves. Someone take a deep breath. Let it aside. Wow, you can do better than that. All right. So now I'd like you to pick those index cards back up. And you're going to flip it over to the other side. And now think about what you might do that you're not currently doing that will further increase you living a life of authenticity. And write it down the other side. I will further practice authenticity by, what can you do? I see smiles again, so that's good. Because we anticipate what it'll feel like to do whatever it is you wrote down on that card. So we want to practice thinking your truth, practice speaking your truth, practice opening your heart, practice honoring who you are, practice dancing in authenticity. So now we're going to move forward and do our weekly offering. And Maria has graciously offered to come up and lead us.
Believe in this community, believe in yourselves, believe in your authentic selves, and that you have the opportunity to get there. And believing in this community also means offering whatever it is that you can today, be it a prayer, a stone, a feather, a monetary offering, volunteering your time in some way. Believe in what we're about and bring up your offering today.
I got something.
You do?
I found a really big feather.
Yes? And are you going to offer that feather to us today? Thank you.
Believe that life is something special. Believe that all dreams do come true. Believe that if your heart is open, all you wish for will come to you. Believe your journey is worth living. Believe your soul is full of life. Believe the children are the future. Day and all He's ready. Believe that everything has purpose, things to come true. Believe that if your heart is open, all you wish for will come to you.
Wow, what timing was that on the song? Those angels are amazing. So authenticity is a collection of choices that we have to make every day. It's about the choice to show up and be real, the choice to be honest, the choice to let our true selves be seen. Brené Brown said that. And here is what I think is my favorite quote for the day, another good quote. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
Mhm.
It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Marianne Williamson. Our authenticity helps us be there, be in that place. So living authentically requires cultivating mindfulness, and you saw on your card on one side, it's got that reminder about mindfulness, and connects us to our heart energy, our heart center. And a happy heart connects to feeling joy, and feeling joy equals having fun. So we're going to stand. You're going to bring your little bottles with you, little bottles you got. Let's stand up for our final song and dance. And I want you to pick up your bottles, and I want you to open them up. How it open? And then blow. Bubbles. It's supposed to be fun. So blow your bubbles and dance. And remember that when we live authentically, it's gonna be a good life. It's time to dance now. It's time to dance.
Bottle. There's a bubbles and dancing.
Yeah, multitasking.
Multitasking.